Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg has commented for the first time since the Christchurch terror attacks, and he's pushing the responsibility for controlling harmful content back onto governments around the world. Alice Wilkins has the story.
An opinion piece straight from Facebook's CEO himself, posted to his own page and The Washington Post, calling for better social media regulation. In his editorial, Mark Zuckerberg says governments and regulators should take a more active role when it comes to Facebook. Writing, "We have a responsibility to keep people safe on our services. That means deciding what counts as terrorist propaganda, hate speech and more." But he says people shouldn't have to rely on individual companies addressing these issues by themselves.
What Zuckerberg's doing here is asking for something that is pretty much impossible. It's a little bit like asking for world peace. You just can't imagine that the whole world is going to agree to one standard.
Facebook's latest comments come as Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison proposes new laws threatening to jail social media executives for up to 3 years or fine them 10% of their annual turnover if they fail to remove violent content quickly.
It is a very strong message, and we're not mucking around.
Tech commentators here say Mark Zuckerberg is trying to shift the heat.
Sort of apportion blame for some of the things that Facebook have been blamed for away and pass that off to governments around the world.
Justice Minister Andrew Little says there are clear gaps in the Human Rights Act, the Harmful Digital Communications Act and the Crimes Act when it comes to dealing with hate speech here. Little says a scheduled review of the Human Rights Act is being brought forward to look at the issue. Meanwhile, Mark Zuckerberg says Facebook is ready to discuss these matters with lawmakers around the world. Alice Wilkins, Newshub.